Hi, I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at NAB 2016, and I am speaking with Tom Lithgow from BlueFish444. And you guys are here at the show this year showing a kind of a start-to-finish VR workflow.
That's right, yeah.
So can you walk us through what that is?
Sure, so we're actually demonstrating a complete VR workflow from camera right through, so production of VR. So a 360 camera rig that was put together by a company in LA, and that's capturing into the Bluefish cards using IngestStore application, which is a Bluefish application. So that's being written to some shared storage on our stand. The storage is provided by SNS, Studio Network Solutions. That media can then be accessed via the network in Adobe Premiere Pro or Simulate Scratch, Avid Media Composer, and Nuke to basically for the post-production process to stitch that video together and edit the content to create a equirectangular, which is a VR video format. So that content's then able to be viewed inside a Simulate Scratch, Adobe Premiere Pro. Of course, each one of those tools supports Bluefish SDI and HDMI preview, or IngestStore, which is our multi-channel capture application, is being used to actually capture the original camera files.
And what are you using for stitching?
So we're actually using Nuke to stitch that video together. So it's a post-production workflow. It's not a real-time system. So we record those files to disk. They're then accessed by each of the post-production tools, each providing their specialty, like Adobe to edit and Nuke to composite and stitch the video together. The Simulate Scratch is there to finish the video off and color grade that material. And it's also they've launched a new VR suite. So Bluefish can provide SDI monitoring or HDMI monitoring from a Simulate Scratch, from forthcoming support for Nuke. So in the next few months we'll be announcing that. And then Adobe Premiere Pro has been a long time supporter of Bluefish.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So just with setting that up for the booth, what do you any tips for people out there in the world for creating that kind of VR workflow?
Yeah, time. Allow yourself more time.
And trial and error.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So the VR is so new that I think most workflows are basically each production is going to be a custom kind of production, and you need to work out that workflow each kind of shoot. So, like I said, time to go through the process, make sure that's working correctly, and allow twice as much time as you think.
Right. And what kind of headset do you have at the booth?
That's right. So the Simulate Scratch brought along a Oculus Rift, so you can actually view the VR content that's been stitched together and edited together from within the Simulate Scratch. So you get the full motion as you move around. You can look inside the 360 view. It's really fantastic tools.
Nice. What else do we need to know about Bluefish?
Yeah, so a few other announcements. We've updated IngestStore, so there's a new version of IngestStore that's going to add support for a whole host of new codecs. So we're working with a company called Drastic Technologies. They provide some codecs as an upgrade option, and you can actually then write to DNX HD media, XD Cam, Cineform, JPEG 2000 within IngestStore. One of the new features also is the edit while record functionality. So that allows you to actually access the media that's being recorded while it's still recording. So you don't need to stop the recording. You can access that media instantaneously within your NLE, so Avid Media Composer or Adobe Premiere Pro. You can start reading those files and editing the clips together while they're still being recorded, which is a feature that's been requested from our IngestStore customers for quite some time.
Yeah.
So that's a really big step forward for that product. Use cases for that are sort of live production, where you need to start turning that content round that you're capturing in a very short time frame. So that's one of the other big announcements for us. We've also had Simon Walker giving workflow demonstrations for Adobe products on our stand. So Simon is Adobe Master Trainer. So he's one of 10 trainers from Adobe that goes around and trains staff essentially to train other staff in how to use Adobe tools and what they might need to do in their workflow. So he's been giving demonstrations at 2 o'clock on the stand daily demonstrations and helping our customers understand how they can benefit from using BlueFish with Adobe products and how they fit into that workflow. So that's been really, really good.
Very cool. Very good. So I'm going to let you get back to it. Thank you for popping by and sharing some information with us. And
thank you.
Have a good NAB, what's left of it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Tom Lithgow from BlueFish444, and I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective, and we're at NAB 2016.